Hello everyone and welcome back to Shire Farm. I hope you're all well. You join me as I'm just starting doing the seeding ready for the spring. Now I've got an interesting setup this time. We've bought a few bits of new equipment off camera and we're running one of them here actually. So we've actually got a crimp roller. I discussed this in one of my previous videos. It was something that PipicH recommended to me. Now it's a mod that obviously it's going to be listed in the description of the video. It's actually a Lemkin mod, to be honest with you, but it's a Vario Pack 110. It's only 4 meters wide, but unfortunately it's not quite working how I want it to. But oh well, we'll persevere through. I think there's going to be quite a few patches actually where it's going back over the seed I've already put in, which is slightly annoying. It's not so bad when it's kept completely and utterly level, but it does leave a little bit of trail in some places where the seeder doesn't cover. Now the seeder is also 4 meters, so I was hoping that it should all work together, but kind of isn't. Oh well, something we'll probably have to change up a little bit when we do the next part of field 3. I mean, that leads on to what the plan for this video will be. Now hopefully we're going to get this field planted, and the eagle-eyed ones of you will probably have seen that we're putting oats in this field. Now the plan is, I'll just show you, I've actually installed the work plan mod, and it seems to be quite good actually. So on field 3, even though I can't split it up into field 3 top and bottom, what I'm deciding to do is on the bottom we're going to put oat in, and on the top we're going to put canola for just change it up a little bit. Now I don't think we'll be putting canola in this video or this month, mainly because I want to split up the harvest a little bit, so I'm not got 2 months of harvesting field 3, because obviously if you watch my first 2 videos you'll remember it took quite a long time. Maybe think about doing a live stream with myself and PipicH if we do a field harvest of these 2 fields, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't really worked out the logistics. One of the problems is Pugsley plays on PlayStation and I'm obviously on PC, so it does make it a little bit more difficult with mods, plus his availability sometimes is not as flexible as mine, so it does mean that it might hold up the series a little bit, but I'm still going to be looking into that maybe as a possibility. The other few things that have changed actually is, in the last video I discussed running the Sim Dashboard mod. Now I've actually got that running now, so I was able to get hold of a cheap Samsung tablet and buying the Pro version. I'm actually running a couple of skins, a couple of community dashboards now, which work really nicely. So hopefully that means that if I can just teach myself not to keep going and using the controller to move the implements and do the additional functions and do it all on my tablet to the left of me, that should be pretty good. I've also invested in a mic boom setup as well for my recording system. Only not a massively expensive one, just off of Amazon, but it does mean that my mic is now more in front of me than it was before, and it's more stable, so hopefully that should help me with my recordings, etc. So that should be good. We've also bought some more new equipment on the farm. As I said, we've got the front crimp roller, which obviously kind of working and not working all at the same time, but also we have bought, and I'll swap back to the farm quickly actually. So obviously, in the last video we bought that, obviously, the little pallet truck, but we've actually bought a sprayer. Now this was in the used vehicle market when I was skipping through the months. Oh nice, Fendt 500 Favorit. Oh, I like them tractors. 150 horse, very nice. But like I said, as we were skipping through from February to March, in February the 2nd this came up in the used vehicle. Now I kind of couldn't really not buy this. It wasn't a lot of money, I think it was 20, let's have a look. New vehicles 40. That was also the crimp roll. The crimp roll was 16, so about 20 something thousand. So it's pretty good. I've already filled it up already with 4,000 litres of liquid fertiliser, and we've got the row crop tyres on, so that's good. And what we'll probably do, we'll probably fit row crop tyres to the Massey Ferguson as well, and then we'll use that for spraying. Now we might do that in this video. I'm hoping to also get a roller as well, so we can get this field rolled, fully fertilised maybe, to 100%, and then we don't have to worry about it too much. These are going to be a little bit of changes by the looks of it, or bits that I've missed by from what I can see using the crimp roller setup, which is a bit of a shame, but the logic was there, and let's hope it does improve. If not, when we come to do the top of field 3, we might look at potentially upgrading the seeder and upgrading, getting rid of this one, but I don't want to move it on too fast. I have seen a nice cockling direct seeder, which is a little bit bigger than this one. It's 6 metres, and it doesn't use a massive amount of horsepower, but it is a direct seeder, so I wouldn't actually have to use the crimp roller anymore. So it might be something we look at, because obviously the top of field 3 is quite a lot bigger than this one, so it's going to cause us a few more issues, especially since these fields are not exactly what you call straight, or you can't keep a perfectly straight line. Something that I don't actually run. I don't run the GPS system on this game. I know some people do. I've never done it myself. It's something I should probably investigate. There's quite a few patches there actually I've just missed. Oh well. What I'll have to do, I'll have to use the map and find out which bits I've missed, and then try and find them back again. I'm getting quite used to this tablet now though, for controlling everything, and the ability to get the implements at the front and back to actually lift in series in one go is pretty good. I'm running a bit of a combination of a few different custom skins on the sim dashboard though, mainly because I don't find all of them work perfectly well. Most of them really do. Some of them work better for other things and give more information than the other skins, but it kind of all depends, I suppose, on personal preference. I'm currently running a Fent one and 2 just standard generic ones, but they all seem to work averagely well. The Fent one seems to be better at doing the dual lifting of the implement at the front and the implement at the back, but I haven't found a way to actually attach nor detach the actual equipment. And on some other ones, other skins that I'm running, I do seem to be able to attach and detach a lot easier. So again, a few little foibles there, but nothing major. But yeah, it seems to be working quite well, and it just means that obviously you guys on the other side, the viewers, don't get to hear me constantly clicking on my buttons on my Xbox controller, which, and when I've listened back to some of the recordings, it is a little bit, I don't know, I find it annoying personally, maybe because I know it's there, but hopefully this will be a little bit better for everyone, and it just encourages and enhances my own immersion in the game, which is always a nice thing, so that's good. I think what we need to do as well in this video is probably need to look at the state of the animals and the water and all that kind of thing, and also if we've got anything to sell. I don't think we will have, but you never know. We can have a quick look, and I think we'd like to maybe increase the animals to maybe get as many in the pens as possible this time. I think the chickens are nearly full anyway, but I'll need to double check that. Now I'm not sure about the sheep, so that's again something to check. We definitely seem to be running through seed pretty quick, but hopefully we'll have enough left actually to do this. I know it's not ideal to be planting when it's snow on the ground, but for some reason this map and this game seem to be running snow in March, which in the UK it kind of does happen, but it doesn't always happen very often, so I'm quite surprised. I think it will probably, if we look at the weather, actually it's a good idea, I would say it's probably going to get a little bit warmer, yeah, so 11, 12, midday, 1 o'clock, it's going to be a bit warmer, so hopefully it should be a bit better. Now what we might do is, if we need to, we can always skip on time, but it's not something I always like to do that often, but we shall see. I don't think it will have a massive problem on the yield. We can just check that actually. Let's have a quick look. So yeah, so it's not too bad. 73% yield bonus. Obviously it needs rolling, it needs another application of fertiliser at least, so I don't think it would be too bad. I don't think it would be full because we haven't mulched it, because we can't, because obviously we haven't got a crop to mulch. But yeah, should be pretty good, and should be a good crop to harvest moving forward. And hopefully oats should give us a little bit of money. Obviously we've got 77,000, so I'm hoping that should be enough for what we need. And moving forward, might buy another field depending on what else we buy, etc. But we'll just have to see how it goes, really, won't we? Definitely thinking that this setup is not going to work very well for the top of field 3 now. Yeah, not very happy with it, to be honest with you. There's an awful lot of patches on this field now that are going to need to be re-drilled, just silly little bits as well, especially when the field's not perfectly straight. So I think we'll probably look at maybe getting this field finished, and then looking at maybe downloading and installing that other seeder from Cockling that's a direct seeder that's not too expensive, not massively much bigger than this one. It's only a 6 metre rather than a 4, and then running that for the other field on top of field 3, etc. It's probably a bit of an advancement, a bit ahead of where I wanted to be in this series, but to be honest with you, this is just going to be a bit of a nightmare moving forward. My plan was potentially to run this on this field and maybe run this setup on the Massey Ferguson, because it's kind of like quite a low powered solution, but and then give it to the AA worker on the top of field 3, and then I can put the Cockling on this, and then we can kind of work together a bit like we did previously when we was doing canola on the top. But yeah, this isn't perfect. I'm not massively happy with it, I must admit. So hopefully we can save a bit of money up, sell these 2 bits of equipment, move on with the other bits. If we're doing canola, I suppose we can use the Ironbot, but it's not a direct seeder again, so same issue occurs. And just there, I've had to turn a little bit with the corner of the field, and yeah, I'm not sure if this is seeded or not. It says it is, doesn't look it. Let's have a quick look on the map. It's saying it is, but I don't know whether I trust it or not. It's an interesting one, really. I mean, I know there's patches there and around here that aren't, but that's understandable because they are not done yet. But I don't know. Not massively happy with it, so we will be changing, I think. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments of the video, and while you're down there, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. We have hit a bit of a milestone for the channel, and we've got just over 50 subscribers now, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you to everyone who's subscribed. Really do appreciate it. I'm trying to put as much effort and work into this channel as I can, with time permitting. Obviously I'm learning a lot of things, and trying to improve as well. I'm trying to make it so the videos aren't too many time lapses. Obviously my first couple of videos had quite a lot of time lapse series in them, which on reflection probably wasn't the best, since I do have 2 other time lapse series going. There is a new series just been released on Asada, with myself and Pugsy03 again. It's a smaller farming setup, really. We've got some older tractors and some smaller fields, and obviously if you've seen Asada, it is quite a unusual map, because it's an unusual size, and there's an awful lot of fields, but of different sizes, quite a lot of long thin fields. It does mean that there's a lot to do, and does mean we can keep the videos more interesting, and it's just something a little bit different to New Mini Brun, which we run an awful lot more bigger equipment and bigger fields and etc. I mean, that series is still going to continue, and we will be putting that as well. It kind of, when we come to playing a multiplayer with each other, we kind of discuss which one we're going to play a couple of minutes before we even start. So sometimes it's Asada, sometimes it's New Mini Brun. There should be a New Mini Brun episode out very soon, I'm hoping, after this one. We have started doing some work on New Mini Brun with regards to the potato harvest, but we ran out of time one evening, so I will probably wait for us to finish that off and then put the whole time-lapse video out in one go.
so that will be coming in the next week or two, hopefully. Hopefully everybody's watched the Asada one. It's obviously we've been running it for I think 2 or 3 sessions before I started to record it. It's kind of we ran it before I was even doing a YouTube channel, so hopefully we'll carry on with it and everybody enjoys watching it. There's quite a few patches there actually, right? I think what we'll do is get cracked on and get these finished. So I've just seen that we need some more seed, so just let me, oh, I'll stop using my tablet there as well. Whoops. Is this going to work? Probably not. Ooh. Should have put the weight on first. Might be, oh, pallet foot with me. Oh well. Right, tell you what. Let's find the weight. I think it's over there. There's 2 there. Both in the same place. Right, let's just get the weight now on the back of this tractor, and that will stabilise it a little bit more. Remember to use the tablet. Okay. Okay, some of the skins on the sim dashboard do work really well. Some I don't really understand why. When it comes to attaching, they don't work quite as well as I thought they would. It's a bit of a shame. So that's just how it is, I suppose. So let's just get across here quickly to just top up this seeder. Let's try and get this field finished, and then we're definitely going to have to look at replacing this setup we've been running. Hopefully the snow will be going shortly. It did say about 11 o'clock it's going to get better, so that's good. Let's just get this over here. Hopefully this will activate the rear of the... It will. Fantastic. That's good news. Let's just get it a bit closer. Oh, come on you. I did activate it for a start. Okay, let's go around the back instead. You can definitely see that all the wheels are and all the implements are very massively covered in snow. Whoa! Nearly. That was close. I think the activation point is really not in a good place. Yep, there we go, finally. That was about 10 minutes. Oh well, hopefully that should fill this back up to, not completely full, but that's fine. I can leave this at the edge of the field. That's not a problem. There we go. Right, turn that one off. As you can tell, we have made a bit of a change. Now, obviously, I was going to be doing a jump cut to show us getting this field finished, but as I was going around trying to get all the little bits that weren't quite right where the cultivator had gone back over where it would have been seeded, it was just becoming a little bit of a farce. So I thought, to be honest with you, we're going to stop the recording, we're going to jump cut, and then I'm going to buy this new direct seeder. Now, as you can see, it's called a Cockling Jockey, and it's a 6 metre direct seeder. I'll swap the seed over. What I've actually been able to do is I've sold the Amazoni, and I've also sold the front crimp roller, which was a really good idea and thought, but didn't actually work in reality, which is a really big shame, to be honest with you, because I thought it would have done, but it didn't. So I've only got a little bit of the field left, but what I just thought I'd just quickly jump cut back and just show you what we've decided to change to. Now, this new direct seeder only needs 160 horsepower anyway, so obviously it's well within the power requirements of the class, and also just means that we can get this and some other fields done sooner. It's a bit of a shame that obviously my original idea didn't really pay off and didn't work how I wanted it to. I haven't really... Oh, the snow's gone, that's fantastic. I'm not 100% certain yet whether I'm going to go back over everything on this field or not, or whether I'm going to risk it and see if it has actually still seeded anyway, but I'm not sure, so I need to make that decision. But hopefully we can just get this last few bits done, and then we can move on to some other jobs around the farm,
which will be just topping up the animals, food and water and bits and bobs, and also just planning about the next field, which will be the top of field 3. Now we've got 55,991, so I might think about potentially buying another field. I was thinking maybe the field next door to the dealership, which we actually did do a contract on many episodes ago, back in, I think it was episode 1 actually, that we did that. So we might look at buying that one, because it's quite a small little field and just gives us another crop to do, and I think it's quite cheap. I think it's only like 30,000, so that's probably about exactly where we need to be. Obviously we don't want to be going down to absolutely no money at all, but we do need to be progressing the series on quite nicely. I mean, we've progressed quite quickly with quite a few bits of equipment recently, the sprayer and the 2 different seeders, etc., which obviously has kind of meant that that's not working very well. Come on, is that going to pick it up? There we go. Just takes a little bit of time sometimes with the dashboard, I don't know why. So we'll go back to just that one again, just get these last few bits, that's all fine. There we go, and get this last bit. But as I was saying, I think the field near the dealership should just allow us to maybe put a different type of crop in, maybe even put a standard wheat crop in, because that would help us with feeding the chickens for another year probably. So it'd save us having to buy some chicken food, because I know we're going to have to buy some more chicken food for this series, well, for this year at least anyway, because we're going to need to be able to keep them going. But hopefully the amount of money we can make from the eggs once the chicken coop is completely full will counter the amount of money it's going to cost us. So we shall have to see how that goes. Last few bits now. Might as well just cut into there. I know it's not ideal, but at least it gets it done. I think what we'll probably end up doing is before the next episode we'll get this field rolled as well. I don't know if we're going to buy a roller, but probably rent one, to be honest with you, because rollers are really expensive, and we do need a good sized one. I mean, I know there's two good sized ones on the game, but it would be good to maybe rent for now. I don't want to rent too much equipment in the series, but money is always going to be an issue. We want to buy some more fields and get cracked on like that, really. Oh, tree. Can we make it round? Yes, we can. We're actually on to the last few bits. I have actually gone back over the whole field nearly with the new seeder, just to find those last bits that obviously the crimp roller had caused either non-seeding or we're not 100% certain. So yeah, not massively happy, but can't do much about it. We all live and learn. I mean, we've progressed a little bit quicker on with a direct seeder than I would have actually wanted to in this series, but at least it's set us up nicely for the next episode when we're going to be doing this field, which we'll be doing with canola, and maybe looking at, obviously like I say, buying another field as well. What I think we'll do, we'll put this away, have a quick check on the animals. Oh, got a nice bit of wool coming in there, so that's good. That's yeah, getting really quite a few pallets there, so that should be nice when it comes around to, I think it's May when we can sell that, so that should make us some more money. The greenhouses are doing well, so what I'm going to do actually, I'm just going to drop this off here, and then we're going to collect the water tank, which I think in the last episode we actually filled up. So I'm going to give some water to the sheep, I think, because that could probably be a good idea. So let's see if that will hopefully that will work. There we go. So let's see, I should probably take all of that, won't it? Which is absolutely fine. And I think what we're going to do then is, once this is done and the oh, it didn't take it all, that's a bonus. Oh right, okay, moving onward then, we'll finish off this episode I think by just filling up the greenhouses, if I can get it in the right position. Oh, there you go. Reverse that back. Okay, give it another 1,000 litres or so, it'll keep it going. And what I think we'll do is we will look at completing and finishing this video at this point. And thank you very much for joining me. and I look forward to seeing you in the next video when we'll be cracking on with getting some more seeding and also rolling done. Many thanks.